Welcome back to RS Academy. This is Ravi Sankar. So, in this session, we are going to discuss classification of bases. So, get ready, students. Put it in along with me. So, let us learn classification of bases in this session. Classification of bases. Classification of bases. Bases. So bases are classified into different types based on different points. Especially, we are going to discuss based on 3 points. One is based on solubility in water, based on strength, based on acidity. Based on solubility in water, based on strength, based on acidity. So putting based on acidity, based on acidity. So what is meant by acidity? Acidity means the number of OH minus ions given by one molecule of base is called its acidity. For example, let us assume ammonium hydroxide I am dropping. Ammonium hydroxide I am dropping in water. It ready to split up into ammonium ion and OH minus ion. When it is dropped in water, when it is dropped in water, when it is dropped in water, ammonium hydroxide is a base. When it is dropped in water, it is ready to produce OH minus ion along with ammonium ion. How many OH minus ion given by one molecule of ammonia? Yes, you are right, 1. So 1 is a basic, 1 is the acidity of ammonia. What is meant by acidity? The number of OH minus ion given by one molecule of base in water. Number of OH minus ion given by one molecule of base in water is called its acidity. Please make a note of it. Acidity means number of OH minus ion given by one molecule of base, molecule of a base. Please make a note of it. Acidity means number of OH minus ions given by one molecule of base when it is dropped in water is called its acidity. Is called its acidity. Right here, ammonium hydroxide is ready to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule. So, the acidity of ammonium hydroxide is 1. Based on acidity, bases are classified into three types. Three types: monoacidic base, monoacidic bases, diacidic bases, next one triacidic bases. Triacidic bases. Based on acidity, bases are classified into different types: monoacidic base, diacidic base, triacidic base. What is meant by acidity? Acidity means number of OH minus ions or number of hydroxide ions or number of hydroxyl ions produced by one molecule of a base when it is dropped in water. So monoacidic bases. So monoacidic bases means the acidity of these bases are 1. That means those bases are ready to produce only one OH minus ion, one hydroxide ion or one hydroxyl ion in water is called these are considered as monoacidic bases. Example: sodium hydroxide, caustic soda; potassium hydroxide, caustic potash; ammonium hydroxide, these are ready to produce only one OH minus ion when they dropped in water. Sodium hydroxide gives Na plus and OH minus ion. Potassium hydroxide split up into K plus and OH minus ion. Ammonium hydroxide split up into NH4 plus OH minus ion. If you look at these examples, you must have know that. So these are ready to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule. So that's why these bases are considered as monoacidic base. Monoacidic base. These bases are considered as monoacidic bases. Monoacidic bases means those bases are ready to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule in water. Is called monoacidic bases. Example, ammonium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and sodium hydroxide. Is it clear to you, my dears? Right. Now let us have a talk dibasic acids. Dibasic acid means they are ready to produce 2 OH minus ion per molecule. Example, magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide dropped in water is ready to produce Mg2 plus along with 2 OH minus ions. Calcium hydroxide is ready to produce Ca2 plus along with 2 OH minus ions. So these are called diacidic bases. Diacidic bases because of these are ready to produce 2 OH minus ion when they dropped in molecules. So diacidic base. Magnesium hydroxide also called milk of magnesia. Calcium hydroxide also called slacoline. Please remember this point. Next one, triacidic base. Triacidic base. That means those bases are ready to produce 3 OH minus ion per molecule when they dropped in water. It's called triacidic bases. Example, aluminum hydroxide. It ready to produce 3 OH minus ions per molecule. Next one, iron 3 hydroxide. Ready to produce Fe3 plus along with 3 OH minus ions. So these are the classification of bases based on acidity. So based on acidity, as bases are can be classified into three types: monoacidic bases, diacidic bases, triacidic bases. Monoacidic bases, they are ready to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule. Example, sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, potassium hydroxide, caustic potash, ammonium hydroxide. So here they are ready to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule. Next, diacidic bases. Those bases are ready to produce 2 OH minus ion per molecule when they dropped in water. Here you must have seen that 2 OH minus ions given by one molecule of base. Magnesium hydroxide, milk of magnesia, diacidic base, slacoline, diacidic base. Next one, triacidic bases. Those bases are ready to produce 3 OH minus ions per molecule when they dropped in water. Aluminum hydroxide, so ready to give Al3 plus ion along with 3 OH minus ions. Iron 3 hydroxide, ready to produce Fe3 plus ion along with 3 OH minus ion. So these are triacidic bases. Is it clear to you? Right. Now let us have a talk classification of bases based on their strength. Get ready. Right. Classification of bases based on strength. Based on strength. So based on strength, bases are classified into two types: strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases. Strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases means bases are produce more number of OH minus ion on complete ionization. More number of OH minus on complete ionization we call strong bases. Strong bases, that means bases ready to produce more number of OH minus ions on complete ionization. On complete ionization called strong base. Example, sodium hydroxide, it gives Na plus along with OH minus ion, ready to produce more number of OH minus ion. For example, let us assume if you add 10 molecules of sodium hydroxide in water, all the molecules are split up into ions. The ions never come back because of it's a irreversible reaction. So that's why more number of OH minus ions are available in the beaker. Next one, potassium hydroxide KOH is considered as strong base because of it's also produce more number of OH minus ion on complete ionization. The strong base. Next one, weak base. Weak bases means produce very less number of OH minus ion in water on partial ionization. Partial ionization. Partial ionization. Partial ionization means not complete ionization. They partially ionize. That means let us assume if you add 10 molecules of weak bases in water, one molecule is ready to split, one molecule split up into ions, and second molecule also going to split up into ions, and followed by third and fourth up to 10 molecules. But during this process, splitted molecules again have tendency to come back and combine and make a molecule. So that's why it's a reversible reaction. In this case, irreversible reaction. In this case, reversible reaction. So due to reversible reaction, there is no availability of more number of OH minus ions. So less number of OH minus ions are available due to partial ionization. The reversible reaction occurs. Reversible reaction. Example, ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. It split up into ammonium ion and OH minus ion. So when ammonium hydroxide molecule is dropped in water, is ready to split into ions, but ions again are combined together and give molecules back. So that's why it is considered as a reversible reaction. Due to reversible reaction, there is no availability of more number of OH minus ions. So this is called partial ionization, not complete ionization, partial ionization. Example, ammonium hydroxide. Next, magnesium hydroxide. Generally, these are considered as weak bases, strong bases and weak bases. Based on their strength, bases are classified into strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases means the base is ready to produce more number of OH minus ion on complete ionization. Complete ionization. Example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, the potassium hydroxide. Next one, weak bases. They produce very less number of OH minus ion on partial ionization, not complete ionization. It's a reversible reaction taking place. So due to reversible reaction, there is no availability of more number of OH minus ions. So these are called weak bases. Is it clear? right? Okay. Next one, based on solubility in water. Next one, based on solubility in water. Classification of bases based on solubility. Based on solubility. Generally, bases are soluble in water, but some bases are insoluble or partially soluble. So, based on solubility, bases are classified. Those bases are highly soluble in water. They consider or called as alkalis. Alkalis. Please make a note of it. Alkalis. Alkalis means water soluble bases. Water soluble bases are called alkalis. Water soluble bases are called alkalis. Example, sodium hydroxide is alkali, potassium hydroxide is alkali, calcium hydroxide is alkali, ammonium hydroxide is alkali. Please make a note of it. Note, all alkalis are bases, all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. Not alkalis. Please make a note of it. So based on this point, you will get assessment reasoning type questions in the examination. So water soluble bases are called alkalis. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide generally considered as alkalis because of they are ready to soluble in the water. Next one, all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. Example, iron 3 oxide, sorry, iron 3 hydroxide. It is insoluble in water, partially soluble. It's a base, but not a alkali. Copper hydroxide, it is partially soluble in water. It is a base, but it should not be considered as alkalis. Because of alkalis means water soluble bases are called alkalis. Water soluble bases are called alkalis. So these are the classification of bases based on acidity, based on strength, based on solubility in water. I hope you understand. So thank you, my dears. Keep on learning and, please go through the videos what I have uploaded in previous sessions. Please go through all the videos and keep on learning, keep smiling. Thank you. Have a nice day.